back?
No, I didn't.
What did they get you for interview?
Well, it was a lot of shit going on the other page, remember? And I was being targeted, and and the lady Angela Stanton came for me. The lady that was, dealing with, she's a Black Trump supporter.
I know she was.
A lot of people was, reporting
Yes.
my page,
Could I
and
start with the trainee balls and could I get the I want a 12 and bacon cheeseburger pizza.
Okay, I
Thank
got
you.
you.
All right. So Angela Stanton, so she got you?
I don't want to say it was her per se, but it was multiple people
What's up?
reporting my page. You know what I'm saying? If multiple people report you, I was getting strikes saying that your page is at risk. I kept getting that for months, for some time. Actually, I think like maybe a couple years. They were saying that, your page is at risk, your page is at risk, and I kind of already made up in my mind. And I said, you know what? They're gonna get me eventually. It's gonna get shut down eventually. So when I got the notification, well, when I was hit up by my public and she told me she was gonna wear her page, I knew automatically something was something. I already knew what it was.
I'm
Child,
sorry.
I went back to sleep, child. I woke up, didn't even go check. I ain't checked shit. I went right back to sleep. I already
I'm
knew
gonna
what it was.
I'm gonna give you some promo if you do. Just to post your page, just get your numbers back up. Or if anything you need, let me know. Just holler at me and be back up. Send a picture of something that you want to not post it. I'm sorry. But I have a quick question.
Yeah.
You identify as a you would you say you represent a representative of the trans community?
What you mean? What you mean?
Okay, if I would ask a question about that community, which I'm not a member of.
Stand up right behind you.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry,
You
they
know
forgot
that
to turn the lights on.
do you? Would you be able to just kind
Oh,
of
you
like
didn't have the lights on.
kind of represent what it means in an intellectual way? And I don't mean it to be like, I'm just we were having a discussion about Macy Gray.
Right.
I don't know if you saw that.
I
She
don't think
did an interview
so. Well, I mean, I saw what she said.
what she said. She did an interview with Pierce Morgan in which she was asked about trans advocacy and things like that. And she said that a woman is a woman because she has boobs and a clit, basically. Um,
Right.
and I didn't. What is your take on that as far as the trans community?
So how I feel personally, I feel a lot of people been asking. A lot of people want my perspective. I feel like this because I'm a trans woman. I was born male at birth. I never felt like I was male in my body. Never. Even when I was diggity, I was trying to, which diggity. I was
Yeah.
trying to live my life as a male to, you know, try to blend in with society, to try to be, who my family wanted me to be, all that type of stuff. But I soon discovered that wasn't my. I've always felt like a girl in my heart, and so I knew something wasn't right. A bitch, they was calling my goddamn mom at school saying, "Why your son ain't dressing out with the boys? What the fuck going on?" In other words, what's going on? So it was always irregular for me to be in certain environments because I never felt adequate to certain guys that were, around me. I just never felt like them. I never felt so. Watching myself and the struggle that I have to go through as a Black transgender woman, being different, um, and being in a state of watching people who are my own skin color come for people like me when we're not bothering nobody, we just trying to live and exist peacefully. Let me say this. I don't have nothing against no woman, period. I love women. I don't want to fuck them because I'm not attracted to them. But I want to say this for me. I can't speak for nobody else. And I'm a bit emotional right now. I'm emotional.
Okay. Take it down. Take it.
I don't know what the hell you got me on this live for, but I'm speak my truth.
Go ahead. Talk to. That's what you got to do. Talk this shit. Talk like let it out. Whatever it is. If y'all don't know, please follow Funky Angel. Uh, very, very well known, very, very entertaining. Bounce out, moved to LA, been working in this industry a very long time, very hard, entertaining, all her life pretty much, especially like, uh, and doing her thing. If y'all don't know, like she's really like very entertaining. You always gonna get some good insight, a good laugh, musically inclined, comedically inclined. Just giving her ways right now. Just I consider her a friend. I'm definitely a fan of hers myself, and she's a wonderful person inside out. I don't have one bad thing to say about her, not one thing, and I've known her for years now, and just watching her, and she glows up. And it's
I'm
definitely
sorry. I'm
something
sorry.
that
I'm not. I'm
it's okay.
not. I want to say that this doesn't make me weak because I feel like some people feel like when you're crying it's a weakness, but it's not. I'm not crying for me per se. I'm crying because the state in which this world is when it comes to people who are just trying to live in their truth. It's made me not even want to trust my own people. Like I love my black people. I love women. Like I genuinely. It's all about for me and has always been for me to uplift women. How the fuck could I not? Like I'm embodying what a woman is. I feel like they should see it as a compliment. But I also want to say that I also can understand how some women could feel like their spaces are being invaded too. So I'm trying to, if I can, this is just me. I can't speak for all the trans women. I'm not here to take anything away from any biological born woman. Not me. Not me. I don't know what the media trying to do. I don't know. But I'm talking for me. I love women. I love them. Everything about them. If you notice any comment that I have, I always refer to them as queens because that's how I see women. They're queens. They're the mothers. They're the mothers of this earth. That's how I see it. I could never be a biological woman. However, I don't know what the hell and why I was born this way. I don't know what the hell went on. I don't know. And if it's so wrong for us to be who the fuck we are, then why is there so many of us in all races who are saying something is not right? So this is why I feel like it's important for us to be heard so that we can have a deeper conversation as to why we are this way. Nobody's saying that we're biological born women. We could never be that. I'm not here to counsel Macy Gray. I'm not here to counsel nobody. What I'm saying is I think it's also important to know your impact of the words that you share. Because sometimes your opinion can, this is how I feel. I believe that some people's opinions can have a greater impact on how we're being affected, if that makes sense. You follow what I mean? I understand some people are ignorant. They may not know, and possibly the interviewer probably could have tried to bait her into some things, to try to get, you know what I'm saying, to try to get a rise to start to do just what it's doing right now. You know how people like to try to bait people into conversation so drama could start within the community. You know what I mean with the media.
My question is though, why is anyone taking offense to what she said though? What did she say that was so like cathartic that everybody like it's a big thing? Obviously, I don't too much blog anymore, but the people like ask me what my thing is, and I thought, well, let's talk about it and see. But I can't thank you so much. I can't I can only comment so much because I'm not in it. I don't consider myself a trans woman at all.
Right.
And don't live a trans woman life. I live my life as a gay male.
Right.
So I guess as a friend, let me talk to somebody who's smart in the trans community and see what the issue was.
Right.
I don't think what she said was, she said a woman has boobs. That's true. A woman does have boobs. There's a difference between a woman and a trans woman. There's obvious difference. There's a difference between a man and a woman. There's a difference between a dog and a cat. There's a difference between.
Well, I think what she said could be taken so many different ways. To be honest, I think it's a multifaceted conversation. It's not just people can say one thing. They, like I said, your intention can be one thing, but the impact of what you're saying can be a totally different. People gonna take of course what you say many different ways. I'm not saying what she said was out of malice. I'm not saying what she said was it was malice. What I'm saying is I think that some things that we say, we as all of us can have a different impact. You follow me? It can have a different impact. And even if coming on there saying that, no matter how you get your body changed, you want to, get surgery. It don't make you a woman. Well, we're not trying to be biological women in the first place. I think people need to first start with the fact that what we're dealing with is a neurological fact that our brains are not in the right gender. First,
What do you? Okay.
it's neurologically proven, but nobody wants to look at that. They want to skate over the facts and resort to trying to invalidate the next person's experience. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm a woman in my soul, in my heart, in my mind. I don't know why the fuck, like I said, I turned out this way. I don't know.
But do you understand there is an anatomical difference between who you are as a woman and who someone who was born a woman is?
Yes, and I'm not trying to take nothing away from that either.
Right. The issue comes when we have I'm going to let you talk. One second, let me get my turn out. Is when you have trans women that are now in women's sport, trans women that are now in a woman's bed, like it becomes like they have an unfair advantage because how they were anatomically born. And I think it comes to being fair, but it comes to being how fair can we be? And then does it invade on a biologically born woman's womanhood when it comes to certain things that are distinct to her? Does that invade on that? I'm not saying that you don't have a right to identify, to make your physical identify with what your mind sees.
Right.
As far as it is. And I think that's 100%, without question. We talk about the suicide rates when it comes to gay people, it's 10 times higher than straight people, but it's 17 times higher when it comes to the trans community, which is horrible, especially when it comes to teenagers. I think that statistic came from teenagers, if I'm not mistaken, 17 times higher. And so that these people are not who they are in their mind that's aligning with their body. However, when it comes down to it, why are we not just making it okay to be a trans woman or a trans male instead of saying, okay, well, you got to be a woman or male, and since you do not identify with being a male, we're going to put you in the one category of woman. Why can't we have? That's the discussion needs to be had. Not, they don't fit in our box, they don't fit in our box, and where we're going to put them at, got to go in one of the other two boxes. I'm sorry, and that's just my thing, my take on it.
Right.
Go ahead. Your favorite tree. I'm sorry, I'm long-winded. Go ahead. Can y'all hear? Hello? Your favorite tree. I know you want to say something. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm good. Thank you. What I was going to say is I'm a trans woman and I understand my lane. I'm not trying to take a woman's experience away from her at all. I feel like we're women. We're just we're a unique kind of woman.
Right.
And I feel like some rhetoric has been passed on within our community. And I feel like that's why some biological women feel the way that they do when they have gays in their ear and pitting trans women against biological women. That's a problem that we need to talk about. It's a narrative that our community is already tearing us down. And they put out a bad narrative about us.
Where does that narrative come from?
Let me just say this. I'm a married woman. We do have children involved. And one thing I did tell my children's mother is, I'm not trying to take your place. I'm going to love and take care of your children just as well as you would. And I don't ever want to take an experience from you. When it comes to the birds and the bees, I leave that up to their mother. I don't overstep my boundaries.
Can you, as a trans woman, see how people who are biologically born women may feel threatened when it comes to what the narrative that you're saying is being pushed upon the trans community being accepted as women?
No, they should be threatened at the men that they're laying down with, that are laying down with us. And this is the thing. These men who we're out here, we're not screwing ourselves. We have men that are screwing us, but then hopping back over the fence and saying, oh, I hate gays, or I hate trans. But when they have free time, they're indulging in activities with us.
Right.
That's the problem.
I tell women, I tell this to my daughter, who's a woman. I tell this to my sister. I tell this to my girl. Listen, men only do what you allow. If you pull the legs, you're gonna start acting right. But your legs don't think you'll do what you want. Why do trans women, not saying it's right on on the man's part, but why do trans women allow these men to sleep with them and sleep with them?
Well, it goes back to us as women. Let's just talk about us as women. Us as women, I'm pretty sure we can all relate to being in a relationship with the dude that just wasn't right for us.
Gotcha.
And that's gay, straight, or whatever. Stop discrediting our feelings, stop discrediting our relationships, and stop discrediting us as people. We are
And our
not
experiences.
we're not out here with the rates of molestation and rape and things like that. Let's focus on something that really matters. Let's focus on protecting a Black woman.
I agree.
Let's stop trauma bonding, because this is what this is. It's trauma bonding.
Good right now?
Macy Gray was not fit to do that interview. She looked like she was inebriated, and she said what she said. She couldn't stay still. Let's talk about her gambling addiction that she had. Let's talk about her stealing and not paying taxes. This just happened in 2018. So let's talk about building up the Black community. Let's stop tearing it down every chance somebody gives us a microphone.
Right.
Listen, this is my question. So the problem is DL men. Check this out. Let's say this. The problem is DL men. I think the problem comes from universal acceptance. I think people are on a DL because they feel like they won't be accepted if they came out and show people who they really want, who they really were attracted to. I think that's when it comes to the DL thing. I myself haven't messed with a DL man in about a year. I regret it when I was, because it was a horrible situation. There wasn't another female involved. There was not another female, but there was a female involved as well as far as who was messing with. But I made it to my mind that day, it says, I'm helping this. I'm helping this. And I'm just like, it ain't my problem. That's his problem and her problem. But I'm helping this. So I made a determination, look, I'm just gonna say this thing. I'm gonna close my legs to the DL men. I'm not gonna be part of the problem. I'm gonna be part of the solution and not say I'm not going to give these DL men or enable them to be more DL. Go be with your woman or go be with somebody that can want to accept it. But if we as gay men, feminine men, and trans men say no, we're not giving you that. You got to come out with us. You got to hold our hands. You got to see. Me and him fought one time because when he got my car, he pulled the seat all the way back. Oh girl, I was like, no, bitch, I'm shaking, bitch. You not. You don't want to be seen with me, bitch. I don't want to be seen with you. You got me fucked up. You should be feeling fortunate that you in my car. And that was it for me. That was like, you know what? I just can't do it anymore. But when I say it's personal, and that comes personal. Why we cannot say, look, let's stop there. Let's stop enabling. Let's stop giving them what they want unless they do it. And then you have a DL. You have a situation in the DL, in the DL, the triangle of the DL man, the feminine gay man, or trans woman, and the biologically born woman. That triangle, you're taking a piece off the triangle. Because as long as we enable it, they're gonna keep doing it. We make it convenient for them.
But let's just say this. Let's just say this. If these men were to come out as DL, look at how the fire went when Macy Gray just said what she said. Then it's gonna be a whole nother fight of, oh, now they taking our men. Because that's been a situation already. No, the situation is these men can't be who they are because they are so judgmental. And then, this is another thing. When we have someone in the Black community that's in a poly relationship, they look down on it. And I feel like in those poly relationships, they feel somewhat as trans feel. They want to be loved, and they want the people that are interested in them to be with them. And so they make sacrifices to bring everybody in one house.
Have you been in a situation like that?
Have I been in a poly situation? I haven't lived with anybody, but I've had little side relationships. Yeah.
Funky. You deal with DL niggas? Thank you. I'm muted for the I've never seen you with nobody. That's what I'm asking. And I'm following you.
Sister's very private.
Yes, but I will say, I feel like I'm not I have, of course, I have dealt with, that's how I became infected with HIV. I got it from a DL guy, um, back in 2014. But I love men, and I don't want to deal with down low because I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it's at this point, I'm trying to move towards somebody who's willing to accept me fully. But I ain't gonna say if the right one come along now. I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest because I'm human, okay? I don't know. But right now, I'm not trying to go that route because I feel like, I feel like I deserve to be seen. I deserve to be, I'm not trying to go back into nobody's closet, you know. So I really don't want to deal with that because I feel like it's like, what is that saying about myself, honestly?
Do you think the DL men thing, when it comes down to it, is the cornerstone or one of the things that is inhibiting trans women, biological women gap? Is that part of the thing that bridges that is hindering us from fully?
I feel like, yeah, because I've seen where some, cis women can also kind of make, guys feel less than if they even remotely even feel like it's anything gay related they doing or anything like that. I've seen the girls try to, how some women, not all, but it's a lot, especially in the Black community. They are a part of, the toxicity that I feel like a lot of men, they feel like they have to have this, this macho image. They have to be overly hard and show all this toxicity of who they are as a man, overly expressing their manhood, when indeed they might be DA.
Open question. Do you think Macy Gray was the victim of the DL bump?
It could be possible. We don't know. It could be possible.
You didn't see how red her eyes was?
When?
She got more fidgety, and I feel like she's a scorned Black woman.
I saw her more fidgety to me in the second video that came out, when she was like really just stuttering and shit. She definitely was stumbling. She was stumbling. She was stumbling.
The first interview, he just left the bar and she went and sat down and talked.
I think a lot of women are saying, she's just saying what they've been feeling for a while.
Trans women are not women.
But what they don't understand is that I don't know who ever said that we were biological women anyway. That's what trans is. We were born male at birth. We saw that our bodies were incongruent with our brains, and we're fixing that. Saying that we're a woman, a different type of woman. We could never be biological women, but we're women.
And listen, and Sunky, when we speak about plastic surgery, we're not the only ones that are in those doctors' offices getting this plastic surgery. And some of these women are, they're starting to look a little trans. Excuse me. They are. And it's like a battle of the look. It's like everybody's going to the same plastic surgery looking the same. So girl, you gotta research you another surgeon and go and get you another look.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of especially Black women, I feel like a lot of them feel as though we're trying to take their space. And that's why I said, for me, I want to be able to try to bridge the gap between cis women and trans women, because I feel like we still kind of need that connection with our women.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from them.
Yeah, what they fail to realize is some of us are women about women empowerment. And Sunky, you and I, listen, but you and I, we haven't had an interview lately, but we will bring it to the forefront. But you and I get along, and there has been no divide. If anything, we want to bring women into our circles. We want to get to know you. We want to know what hurts you, what bothers you, and we'll give you the information. We'll help you. I get some trans women. We gotta throw these sisters out there too that don't accept their trans. It's like you didn't went and did your surgery. Now you feel like you're not in the community. No, sister, it don't work like that.
I'm trying to see who they talking about. Who upset with Black women? I damn sure I am with a Black woman. I don't know.
Nobody's upset at Black women.
I know what the term cisgender means, as it was explained to me. I don't like to call women cis women, but could you break it down for those that might not know what it is? We hear that term a lot. It's one of a buzzword.
Well, actually, we didn't come up with the word cis. The medical field came up with the word cis. So we're just taking on the medical term that they have come up with to differentiate what a trans woman is and what a biological born woman is. So if they mad about that terminology, honey, they need to take that up with the medical field, because we didn't come up with that.
Yeah.
You know,
And cisgender
but it's
is
only just to differentiate what a woman is, a biological born woman from a trans woman. So I think, if anything, that why are they mad about something that they're trying to do? They want to separate. They want to separate us, right? So why the hell they mad because it's a medical term? Differentiate the two.
Will you support trans women athletes in women's sports, like the Olympics? There was a
Well,
trans
see,
woman.
that's why I said I'm different. I have a different perspective on that too, because some people may have a problem. What I've spoken on is I try not to tap too deep into that, but what I will say is it's already people out there in the Black community already waiting to call us men. So I kind of feel like if you're gonna compete, I feel like it's a thin line for me. Like I people might not agree with what I'm saying. This is just my perspective. I believe that all trans women are women, but I do believe that if you're gonna compete,
Perfect. I'll take the check and to go back to you.
you're saying if you're competing with a biological woman and a woman's race, I feel like your body, somebody, from what I know, the people that they putting at the forefront are people who are just now transitioning, like Caitlyn Jenner. These people, they say she was a woman for a year, and she got the women's, the women's, it was an uproar, because it's like, how's she gonna be a fucking woman, but she only been trans for a year, So I understand what people are saying about that. I think that if you're trying to compete your body, you have to be at a place physically where your body has been broken down, so that so you won't stand out for people to say, oh, that's a man. That's how I kind of feel.
Well, listen, Sunky, let's be honest. Flame Monroe is a problem. He's very problematic in our community.
Yes.
Flame Monroe likes to be called he, she, and we. That don't happen for all trans women. Don't you call me no damn he. I'm going to cut you out.
Right. I know that's right, period.
And then Flame, and I'm going to say he, because I don't, even though Flame has had surgery, but he still wants to be referred to as he. You're not trans. It's not a game. It's not something that you turn on.
It ain't something we don't hang up, because I damn sure ain't hanging the shelf in my closet every night. I had somebody try to say, your wig, so you a drag queen. The women take off every night. Define me as a woman if I take off my wig, I don't want to sleep in.
Exactly.
When it comes to the situation at hand, there was a trans woman who literally.
Is that good?
Yes, it's very good. Thank you. There was a trans woman who literally won a women's race when it came. It was a track and field type thing. Was it a swim thing? I apologize, I don't remember. But it was either, I don't know what she did. But long story short, she won it. Number one, beat the other women by miles and leaps. But before she was a trans woman, she was in the men's race and placed number 224 out of 400. She was only marginally as good when it came to it. And so obviously, without question, in this case, it's a clear advantage for the trans woman being physiologically and biologically akin to, because she competed as a man in some places. And
right.
So what do you say to that? What do you say to women saying this is just not fair?
That's why I said I believe for me, I can't speak for nobody else. I'm all for women feeling like their spaces, speaking up about their spaces, feeling like their spaces are being invaded. I'm not here to take anything away from a biological woman. I'm not me.
Yeah, I feel like trans should have their own league in sports, just to make it fair. Trans compete against trans.
Yeah, I felt that too would be fair as well. But I think some people feel like that's still kind of like grouping them into a box. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, because we all started out as male first.
Yeah, when we talk about
no platform and be delusional and say that I wasn't born male at birth. I never once and never will deny that.
Exactly.
What do you say to the trans athlete that just won, got her scholarship, and
shame on you? Shame on you.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Shame on you.
Thank you so much.
You said shame on her.
Shame on you. Because my thing is, like Saki said, I mean,
See,
even though, and let me,
hold on, because I want to be able to address some of the women that's here, because we can have the conversation, darling. I think you should probably even let a biological woman come up since they got so much to say. Like I said, I'm not here to take anything away from y'all. I'm actually
here, and let me just say this. I'm streaming on StreamYard. If y'all want to come on over and hit the link, we can have more. We can have at least 10 people on the panel.
Because I mean, they got so much to say. You talking like I'm saying, oh, I don't want women to be on this earth. That ain't what I'm saying, baby.
Well, I don't think Sexy Angel ever felt like that. I was talking about, I know her. And this is my first time. And you say you're on StreamYard? Where you at on YouTube? You on YouTube?
Oh, I'm on YouTube streaming this conversation.
Gotcha.
On Goddess Sosa.
Oh yeah, because I've been on her show. She brought me on her show a couple times.
I've been on that too. I know exactly who she is. That's my friend actually.
Yes,
okay.
We all family up here.
Yes. And I like the fact, I want to thank you too, Shaky, for being able to even open the conversation.
Oh no, it's
yes, thank you so much.
All the time. We have these conversations a lot politically, in their politically charged conversations. Hold on, I'm getting the car. But so these trans women, I know both of these. They're not those trans women that feel that women don't have a spot, women don't have a say, or women don't have a voice when it comes to these issues. These are not those people. So don't put that on them. There may be some trans women that feel like that. And they're out there. I probably don't talk to them because that's ignorance to me. But and I don't like stupid people, but these not them. So yeah, don't do that to them. I can do that to other, I didn't see a comment, but these are not those. These are not those.
Thank you, Kalia. Thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely not. And I that's what I think now going forward, I want them to know, because I think it's important to hear women too. That's just me.
Yeah.
I can't think of, I feel like it's very important to hear them. Not to just cast them out to say, oh, I don't want to hear what you got to say. How the fuck could I disregard a biological woman? That's how I feel.
Right. And that's how we got here.
Right.
We listen here. The women are the blueprints. Let's make that clear. And let's make it clear that the Black woman is underappreciated. And so what me and Sanki is doing is bringing Black women together, bridging the gaps. It doesn't matter what race you are. We are here to inform you. If you have questions and you have no understanding, we are willing to answer your questions. We're willing to educate you. Listen, I'll say this for the record. We're not here to take anything away from you, your experience, the way your body works.
Can I pause for a second? Because I hope you don't mind me actually responding to some of the comments, because I'd be trying not to. But I'm here to, since you did call me over here, I'm here to also educate. Okay, Mrs. Char, I want to say that you are absolutely correct. How can you feel like a woman? How can you feel like a woman? Being a woman is not a feeling. You're absolutely correct. It's actually a neurological fact. It's not a feeling. It's a fact. It's neurological. That's what I'm saying. I think some people need to go a little bit deeper than physiological, the physical, because it's beyond that. Everything is processed through our brain. If you do research, I'll provide links. I think it's a video that I want to post on my page. I've been trying to get people to understand that a lot of people are not ready for science, because even if God himself come down here and show them and tell them trans women are women, they're not going to believe it. In fact, they might try to kill his ass, because they ain't gonna believe it's him coming back with nothing like that. When he'll be the one to tell you out of his mouth that they're valid. But the thing is, what they don't understand is that if it's possible for somebody to be born intersex with a penis and a vagina, it's very possible for somebody to be born with the wrong brain and the wrong body. Very possible. It's scientifically proven that our brains are literally that of what a female's brain is. It responds like a female, everything. So she's right. It's not a feeling, it's a fact.
I think that we undervaluing how people actually see themselves. I told this story before. I'm gonna tell it one more time. There was a small young woman, and we found out it was Belize. I used to say Mexico, but it's Belize actually. So for those that I heard this story before, it's Belize as a country.
Mm-hmm.
And she was all of maybe 12, 13 years old, and she was a woman. She thought she was a girl, and so they used to tell her, "No, you're a girl. You can't go play with the girls. you're a boy. You got to go play soccer with the boys. You got to go do this with the boys. And she said, no, I'm not. I'm a girl. She kept telling everybody, no, I am a girl. Stop telling me I'm a boy. And so she asked her father one day, Father, what makes me a boy? Why are you always, I know what I am. I am a girl.
Right.
Why are y'all always saying I'm a boy? And he said, look between your legs. That's what makes you a boy. And so what she did, she went into the bathroom with a pair of sharp scissors and castrated herself. She cut her penis off and bled it. Who are we to say what people see when they look in the mirror, or who to say what they see when they see themselves?
Because everybody's so caught into the male and the female anatomy that they don't understand that it's so much deeper than that. And then they also get confused that what you're attracted to is the same thing as your gender identity. Your sexuality and your gender identity is two different things. That's why you have some trans women who are also attracted to other women. But they automatically assume if you're a trans woman, you gotta like men. But that's not true. I know plenty of trans women who love women because who they feel they are on the inside, it does not define who they're attracted to. So just like my mama tried to tell me, well, how you gonna want to be a girl? I remember used to be peeking under the door at people in our family trying to, I guess she was trying to insinuate that I was a little mannish little boy, whatever the case be. But even if that's the case, even if you trying to insinuate that I was into women, what the hell does got to do with how I feel I am on the inside? See, that's what they don't understand. They don't understand. They don't understand. A lot of parents, a lot of women are so caught into this idea that they have these children, and the problem is they're caught into their expectation of what their child is supposed to be, that they don't want to be able to accept nothing different that comes out of them, and they think that they're supposed to own their children's thoughts and programming because they came out of them, and it's not fair because your child is still an individual.
So let me say this. I saw a comment say that trannies is a trend. I want to say this because I have seen like people online transitioning, and it's like an overnight situation. It's like this week they were, a male, and then now this week, they have boobs, and now they have hair and all this. So some people do transition for the wrong reasons. They do it for attention. They feel like they're going to get more men. But in all reality, it's a made up story in their head. And that's why I say it's a process. When you are trans, the proper way to go about it, you go and see a psychiatrist. Mm-hmm. You have that conversation. They give you a letter. Once you get that letter, then you go for your hormone. But I think people are skipping that first step as with the talking to a psychiatrist, and that's just only my opinion.
Right.
Girl, did y'all know it's at least a third of all women have messed with a man that has messed with a man before? At least. Yes. And it's probably more than that in the black community if you ask me.
Why it is.
Half of them niggas was gone.
Well, Shaky, tell them about some stories about prison and how dudes act up in there.
They didn't, girl, listen, I can tell you stories about life. If I go after 10 of them niggas, I'm going to get 9 of them because I'm that girl. I'm going to talk him out of it. I don't care what I got to do to get it. I might have to use the lips, hips, fingertips, or tips, bitch. I'm going to get him. I don't care what the fuck. If he got a price, bitch, if he want me to talk this nasty to him, dirty to him, rub on him or something, girl, I'm going to make it happen. Girl. I don't play no games. I'm a big bitch, but I plus low. I don't know what the fuck you're
talking about.
Come on. But, girl,
come on. Your ass crazy.
I don't play no games. I keep them high piece. I keep a high piece on $3, bitch, and I don't give a fuck. So 90, to me, it's 90%. But I ain't gonna go that far. I'm gonna say about 50%. I believe half of the niggas listen. I know this for a fact. At least 30% of the world mess around. If it's undercover, overcover, on the side, on the side,
come on,
whatever.
Yeah.
So that means for every 10 men that you have dealt with in your life, 3 of them mess around.
Yeah.
Come on.
If not more.
Now, if they're all shaky, it's 90%. Because I'm that
girl. Because they done jumped up in that oven.
Let me tell you something, baby. One thing about it, 2 things for sure. And somebody said something about some Lil Boosie. Let me tell you something. This is real facts. I was in jail, East Baton Rouge Parish Prison, while Lil Boosie was there. I'm not saying he messed around, but how they used to do the mail call, 90% of the letters that came on the motherfucking punk tier, L-Wing, used to come from the same tip Lil Boosie on. So that means every motherfucker around him was fucking around if he wasn't.
Well, he told the story, baby. He came out, he told that story about how he walked up on that boy, and he was describing in real detail up there talking about what he saw when it should have been fire under his motherfucking feet. But I felt like he was standing there watching it.
jacking off.
When them niggas was all around you, fucking punk. You ain't saying nothing. And I'm from Louisiana, and I lived in Baton Rouge, and I had many of Baton Rouge niggas. All them niggas from where he from fuck around. So he's talking about his own fucking partners, if you ask me.
Right.
To be honest with you.
Yes. And you know what? The ones that that yell so loud, those be the ones. I've had a situation with a guy like Lil Boosie. This dude called me out in my neighborhood, tried to fight me, and was putting his dick all on me at the same time. Like as he's coming up on me, like, what's up? What's up? Oh, I felt all that wood. And then later on that night, then we messed around.
Girl, them niggas, it don't be right, just like she said. It ain't the niggas that be that. The niggas that just don't give a fuck. That's not who you got to worry about, lady.
Right.
You got to worry about the niggas that make the most noise, because I just know so many times. I never forget. I was different, and there was a nigga, he couldn't stand the girls. He couldn't stand the punks. Oh my God, the punks used to come around. He used to hold his breath. I don't even breathe the same air they breathe. I'm not.
Oh my God.
I'm not. It's raining right now. Lord, strike me down if I'm lying. This the same motherfucker used to pay me tanks of cigarettes and shit so I could watch him jack off. The same motherfucker that can't stand the girls, can't stand the punks. Just didn't want to get caught.
Oh Lord, you got some experiences, child.
You know what? Listen, how I look at those dudes is some of these dudes that be fucking around, they feel like a woman inside. They feel like a fucking woman. They are very picky. They want, you got to be mass for mass. That sounds like some woman shit, like a woman picking out a man. Mm-hmm. These dudes that are at home with y'all,
very selective.
Listen, watching y'all put on y'all lace fronts and telling you, ooh, bitch, yes. Girl, I had this dude hit me up in my inbox about some Happy Pride Month. You got a whole family. Bitch, you got a whole family. Talk about Happy Pride Month. I said, all right, sis.
I had to text that to my DL trader. I stopped messing with because he got demon big girl. He got the best sex in the world, girl. I swear to God. This boy don't play no game with that dick. But I had to stop fucking with her. We ain't got violent with each other. We beat each other up and shit like that. That shit wasn't cute. But girl, I had to text that bitch like Happy Pride Month. He said, bitch, I'm gonna break your fucking jaw.
Let's talk about the boys. Listen, let's talk about the boys that won't air up their butt. The ones that be sagging. They won't air up their butt. They're showing you. They said, "Bitch, you think that BBL? Your BBL ain't got nothing on me, honey."
Right. I think
the boys that be sagging with them fat booties. They say, "Listen, ladies, why y'all think they looking at your ass, bitch? They eyes is going here."
Mm-hmm. I would want no nigga that hang around them. They be sagging and hanging out, showing your ass. You around all these niggas.
Exactly. Yeah, it's be something going on.
Homophobic. But you so homophobic and you love going to the gym and you love going to get out there on that basketball court so you can bag
like
your
I said,
ass.
they want to be so quick to say a motherfucker girl. That's why I said and buzz down. Niggas calling me a tranny, but they was a tranny too. We all was a female before we came out of the womb. We all was a female any motherfucking way. They was a fucking tranny too, bitch. You was a woman, a girl too before you came out your mother's birth, bitch. Out of your mother's coochie, bitch. So sit your ass down, so bitch. You was a woman too.
Them boys be fighting than the women now. I don't know what the fuck they eating, cornbread or whatever the fuck whatever the fuck y'all putting in there. They be having natural BBLs, them niggas. And they be having jiggles to it and everything.
Sure do.
On TikTok, I say, let me get off this motherfucking app and go somewhere else, because baby, this ain't go.
Girl hips and thighs.
That's real shit.
Titties.
Somebody you looking for a woman.
Titties and all. They the real trans. Now that's the real trans.
Somebody asked me this question. I want to ask you about I have y'all on the line. If a man enjoys to be paid, but not by no man, but by a woman, is that considered gay or does that make him gay?
I don't know. I don't.
It's going to eventually lead to a man because then the fake thing, let me just say this, ladies, and y'all can agree. The fake ain't got nothing on that real.
Okay,
yeah.
I agree with that.
That fake ain't going to explode.
But it's
an explosion.
I mean, it's a G-spot in a man's ass too. So does that make him gay because a female is doing it? Because some people feel like it is, but I don't know.
When he started throwing that ass back, then I got questions.
I got
Now, if he start throwing it back, then yeah, because then now you.
No, I guess it would just depend on how his mannerisms is when he's taking it.
Girl, your ass is crazy.
I mean, are you gonna be like, ah, shit, or are you like, ow, ow,
Stop! I'm screaming.
ow?
But technically, by definition, it might be like a homosexual type act, but it's a heterosexual act because the key word in homosexual, heterosexual, transsexual is sex, right?
Right.
So if we talk about sexes, it's a man having an intimate encounter with a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that make it.
Because I'm like, he's still getting pleasure from a woman. Maybe if it was a man doing it, maybe there's something. Because I mean, hell, Tank said he like to get ate at, and there's a lot of men that like to get ate and a little finger in their ass.
These women eating that ass nowadays.
They eating that ass. They eating that ass.
2022.
Listen, I'm blowing air up in it. Get your. I'm gonna blow smoke.
What's going on? Hell nah. Hell nah. You know what?
What took me there is, okay, this is a past experience, but me and this dude, we were fooling around. And, he was, partying on the cocaine. And girl, while I was bent over and he blew some up in me, and I said, what was that?
Wait a minute.
What? Girl, he blew it up in me. I said, "Ooh, what is that?"
Wait, what?
Child, and he went down there and eat. Just eat.
You know what?
Girl,
what the fuck he blew up inside of you?
Some cocaine. He blew some cocaine up in me.
He blew some, you know what? I fucking
I
can't.
don't want no cocaine in my head, girl. I don't do cocaine, so I don't want to be around it, but girl, not my head.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I don't know it did something to me. I was ready. I was listening out.
So okay, ladies, will y'all get is surgery when it comes to all right? So y'all know I'm friends with
no SRS for me.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm proud. I'm blessed.
So for me, I don't know.
Blessed.
For me, I'm okay so far with my penis. Honestly, I don't really talk about it because I feel like some people try to, not you, but some people will try to, of course, define you by what you have between your legs. I feel like if you're a woman, you're a woman, and most women don't get surgery for the most part. But I don't want to say how far I will go because I've had thoughts about possibly in the future going that far, but I don't want to say if it's something I will do because I'm not sure about that part just yet. But I'm okay for now with my penis, and I ain't gonna let nobody force me on my journey to do something I don't want to do with my own body, and I'm not gonna let the lack of a pussy define me. I can still be a woman with my penis. That's what I feel like trans women are. That's what makes us kind of like special. We're women born with a penis. That's how I see it. Hell, it ain't no different than having a fat clit. The testicles ain't nothing but a fucking ovary. Everything that we have down there, women have kind of similar. It's just that if you, like I said, we all started out as women in the fucking womb anyway. And if you look at the process of how it starts, when it's formulating in the body, those testes, they're ovaries first, and they drop down into testes. So it's everything. The top of the penis is a motherfucking clit. All goddamn day. All you got to do is go back and look at your biology. Look at the chart. Look at it. That ain't me being delusional. It's in your face. It's right there. It's on Google.
Okay, so I'm good friends with Savannah, and Savannah has had the surgery.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all want to go look at. There's a YouTube video when she first had it. And her on the live.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I saw her in the hospital.
It is very, and I've seen it in person. I've seen it in person. It looks like a pussy. It looks like it looks to me like a small pussy. I've seen it. It doesn't. It's not something that's whatever. But psychologically, my question was, what did it do? Because I'm not sure that she even caught up to herself when it comes to the psychology.
The change. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, as a trans woman, and y'all see me crying, what psychological parts of it do y'all go through when it comes to the transition?
I mean, you definitely, for me, you go through your mood swings. You go through like I'm more emotional. As you can see, a bitch was crying out here earlier, but I was always this way before hormones. I've always been emotional, but it's because I have a lot of passion, behind the topic of what's going on. And because of what I face daily and what I'm actually seeing happening in the world, how I'm actually out here making a change and standing up for my community. And I'm not fucking bothering anybody, but every day it's like a fight for my life. Having to stand up for my rights and having to stand up for who the fuck I am and who I'm telling the world I am in my own fucking being. Something they don't know nothing about because they are biological born women. You can't tell me how the fuck I feel on the inside if you've never been a transgender person. So to go through the transition on my end, it comes with a lot of, emotional shit. And then we have to go out and face the world and be strong, and not only that, for me being a name in the community, I'm speaking for a lot of people who who can't even go to their own family members. People coming back saying they positive. They scared to tell their mom and their dad they trans or they're gay. They're afraid. So me being a beacon in my community, it's a lot of weight to carry sometimes too, to see the pressure that other people are going through because of the certain people who are responding, like some of these people in the comments who don't need to have no goddamn kids any fucking way. They need to keep their motherfucking legs closed because, bitch, they gonna be ready to kill their goddamn self dealing with a parent like that trying to stifle and put their goddamn identity on their motherfucking child. It ain't easy. I have a lot of, I can show you my motherfucking, I'm from young to old. They don't know what the fuck to do because they're stuck in their fucking body. Don't know why the fuck they born this way. And then they got to deal with society and people like this in the comment section thinking that we trying to invade their goddamn space when people just simply want to be their goddamn self. That's all I'm saying. I ain't trying to take nothing away from no motherfucking body. I love women. I'm going to say that to the day I motherfucking die.
For the people that are ignorant in the comments, please, you don't have to be ignorant. You can have
they can have a right to what they want to say, but just know, if I feel like I need to speak on something, I'm going to speak on it. I'm here to educate. I ain't here to step on no toes. If you got a problem with anything I'm saying, that's okay. Have that. But I'm not here. I'm not your enemy. I'm not here to take it. I'm not here to compete. I'm not here to say I'm better than you. I'm not here to say what Saucy Santana got on stage and said what he said. I don't know about all that because I'm not going to speak like that. Like I said, I'm for women. I'm about empowering women. You remember when he got on stage not too long ago and he was saying something about the gays are the blueprint and all this type of stuff, and all the people, a lot of women was ready to counsel him. I can understand how they would feel like, you know what I'm saying, how they can feel angry at him for saying it. But you have not heard me not one time on this live say anything disrespectful about a fucking woman. I'm simply telling you from my perspective how I was born and how I feel and what's scientifically a fact. It has been proven to be a fact neurologically in our fucking brains. We never said that we're biological women. You would never be a biological woman. I would never try to come for a biological woman's experience and identity because it's sacred. If you ask me, how the fuck would I ever be able to hate a fucking woman?
Well, I think what they're saying is, when you have this rhetoric that Saucy Santana does, that I think they put us in a category with y'all means all. And so they have to educate themselves. And I'm so glad of my experience. From when I started, my mom, the going to the church and all these other type of things that they tried to do to discredit who I was. I'm glad I stayed true to myself and, mental health. I would suggest everybody go and see a therapist, see some counseling, because I found out that I have.
Do you blame your mom for not understanding completely how to raise a trans daughter?
Well, I'll say this, because that's been a big, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's been a big thing in my world, because as you know, me and my mother we don't talk. We haven't talked in some years. She's told people things and people have come back and told me how I want her to call me a woman and I had a son. And it ain't that I don't understand. I'm very understanding. Again, she's a woman. But at the same time, I kind of feel like at this point, you don't have to agree. It's about respect. At some point, respect has to come into play if you want to be a part of my life. Because for so long, I tried to live my life how she wanted me to live for years. Tried to be a man, as Diggy do. Trying to go out there knowing goddamn well I didn't want no motherfucking girl. Knowing damn well I wasn't no fucking boy. I was trying to live to please her in society. So now that I'm no longer doing what she wants me to do, and I'm living my life as a beautiful woman, and I'm excelling and succeeding, she hates that. So it's not just like this for me. It's a lot of biological women who want control over their children. So to hear what I'm saying, they're going to hate what I'm saying. They're going to hate it. Because, you know, just like I know in the Black community as a whole, they want control. They want their children. And I'm not saying nobody wants a trans or gay child. I get that. But some kids or some people going to come here born different. That's out of your control. You cannot control.
That's just like a child coming with a But sis, let's just say it like this. That's just like a woman has a child and then they come out with a disability. That child did not say, hey, I want this disability. You as a parent didn't say, oh Lord, give me a child with a disability. That's something that you cannot change.
Are you creating trans to a disability? Are you creating homosexuality?
Well, hold on, because we got to be careful with that. We got to be careful with that.
Listen, when I say this is something, when I say because I stand in my trans, I know this is who I am. And so I was born this way. And so when I say that, I say when a child is born with a disability, they didn't ask for that disability. That's who they are. They was born this way.
Mental illness to me, Mrs. Nika, because I clearly see you definitely are anti-trans, and that's okay. You can have that right, sis. But you're going to hear me today, sis. First of all, if it's mental illness is something that's dealing with your thought process when it comes to when you have mentally ill people who out of their mind. We ain't out of our fucking head. We know exactly who the fuck we are. We're telling the world that we're incongruent with who we are. Is literally us being incongruent with the body that we were born in. So how the fuck is that a mental illness? Please tell me. They're telling you neurologically that the part of our brains that was supposed to have developed as male did not develop properly. So how the fuck is that mental illness? Please tell me, baby. We don't think anything. We don't think it's scientifically proven, like I said. When y'all go look at the facts and get out of that cognitive dissonance that y'all in and that y'all continue to be in for years. Like I said, if God came down here right now to show y'all wouldn't believe it. Because y'all are so fixated on trying to invalidate the next person's experience, something you've never lived before. If you saw it through, like I said, from your side it's a 6, from my side we see a 9. Go ahead, Shaky.
Every child first experience with parenting comes from their parents. And so when that child becomes a parent themselves, they always going to revert to what they've seen as a child coming up from their parents.
Right.
Thank you. Identity disorder. So we don't identify with our how we were at birth. We don't, just because I was born with that, I don't feel like that.
But they changed it they changed that. It used to be. I think that years ago it was signed medically said that it was supposed to be an identity disorder, but they changed it. It's no longer that no more.
Okay, so I haven't read up on it. I do apologize for my misinformation.
That's why I said, yeah, you good, but I know what you're trying to say. But that's why I said it's imperative that people need to do their proper research if they want. Because clearly, what I feel like it is, even the people who are in the comments, they're talking. I feel like they really want to know what the fuck going on. That's how I feel. When you hate something, it's because you don't understand. They really want to understand. That's what I feel in my soul.
But that's only fair.
And listen, we gonna give them the platform too. Y'all follow us and reach out to us.
Okay, let's let Shaky finish, because I don't want to cut him off.
I want to thank you for giving us this platform and open it up so we can have this discussion and bridging the gap. That's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead.
So children learning parenting from their parents, there was no blueprint for straight or cis parents raising gay or trans children. So when I look at my mom would always kind of ask me, because she didn't know. She didn't have a blueprint. She didn't raise straight kids. She didn't know anything about raising something. And so parents are disinformed. They are ignorant to the fact. They don't know. There's no blueprint for that. They came up in more than likely in a household that was traditional, straight, whether the father was present or not. And so now they're asking them to parent something that's foreign to them. Now, some parents wing it. Some parents ask questions. Some parents just do whatever. And some parents just disassociate because they don't know how to do this. And I don't think it's that your mother doesn't love you. I think she just really doesn't know, especially coming from that era. You're younger than me, but I know the era of mama you talk about, and right there.
Yes.
The same type of mentality.
Yes, mind frame.
I don't go to they First Baptist, they Southern Baptist, they going to church Sunday. Sunday school.
Well, see, that's the issue I have though, because I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, but your mother does love you." Love is an action word. Love is not conditional; it's unconditional. I think if you ask me, in the Black family, we need to take the whole we need to tear this shit down and rebuild all this shit. Because if you ask me, a lot of the definitions of what we define as love and respect, it's not really that. It's a false identity of that. Because if it really was, she would still be in my life no matter what. Love is supposed to be unconditional, and this is why I'm not a Christian now. As we speak, I'm spiritual, because I feel like a lot of the ideas that they're basing their ideology from, which is religion, which is the foundation of the majority of the shit, and why they hate us. I had to let that shit go, because you're not going to tell me that God is love and turn right back around and then say that I'm going to hell to burn for eternity. So it's up to me. I can't follow something that's showing two faces. It's either going to be one or the other. You're going to either love me or you're going to hate me. And ain't nobody going to convince me in my 34-year-old brain that going to hell or anything that's associated with that type of ideology is love. So if they're drawing that love from that type of love from what they basing their foundation of their belief system, why they believe you're wrong, I don't want it. The fact that you even think that's even okay for a family member to go to this place that they have made in their motherfucking head that you're gonna burn up for eternity, I don't want your love, because that's not love. So I'm starting from, because if we talking about the southern states and how Black women think, especially from the South, the majority of their ideology has started from religion. Let's keep it all the way 100. Let's go to the core root. And no, I'm not upset, darling. Don't get me, y'all, girl. I ain't even. I'm passionate about what I talk about. I ain't mad.
Oh, listen, we want to get you started. Keep going.
Yeah, because it's real. If we want to get down, if you call me on here, Shaky, we're gonna get down to the core root of the roots. Some people ain't gonna want to hear what I got to say. They gonna say I'm mad. They been saying I'm bitter. This ain't nothing new. But what I'm saying is it's something to think about, and that's why they trying to get my motherfucking page shut down. They don't want me to say what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? They don't want me to say what the fuck I'm saying, because it's something to think about.
Do you think that there is a lot of things about the trans community is new to a lot of people? I'm one of them. I'm ignorant to 90% of things that go. I initially thought that trans was just another level of gay. You started out as gay, and if you want to go all the way, you moved on up. You went from gay to sissy to punk to
right
queen to drag queen, and then if you want it was just I thought it was another level.
Right.
It's not. There are people that say that the trans community should not even be grouped in with the LGBTQ and all them other things, because it's not a sexual orientation. It's an identity. What are your thoughts on that?
Right. You saying I'm trying to make sure I'm fully understanding. Are you saying that for the people who you said it's a mistake? What did you say the last part?
No.
I'm sorry.
I said it should be. Some people think that it should be grouped in with.
Yeah.
Orientation. It should be a whole thing by itself, because it's like you said.
I kind of feel that way, because I'm gonna say this too. If I'm gonna address I'm all about calling out hypocrisy in the Black community as a whole. That's what my whole thing about. Y'all know I just dropped the remix to the Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. Check it out. It's on my page. It's lit. Maybe if you want to repost something, Shaky, you can definitely repost that. It's something to think about, and it's a hard message that people need to hear. My perspective is just as valid as Kendrick's and everybody else, okay? Some gay men don't even advocate for us. And from what I know, Marsha P. Johnson and all these other people are the ones that started a lot of the movement when it comes to the LGBT community. But even my own Black gay brothers shade me for being who I am. So are we really a part of the LGBT community? Because I mean, in my existence, the majority of my pain has come from my own people, Black and LGB.
Well,
that's just
let
my
me
experience.
just say this. My experience has been the gay man teaming up with the real women to discredit us and put a bug in their ear.
Yes.
You know, and it's like all for them to fit in. So we have a lot of sellouts.
It's a lot. This issue is so deep to the point the oppressed have literally become the oppressor, Shaky. It's deep. I see people so busy looking at the surface. I'm not, and that's why they hate me. because when anytime you sit any goddamn thing in front of me, it don't make sense. I'm gonna dissect the shit out of it until it makes sense. From religion to what the fuck is going on in society. If it don't make sense to me, don't expect me to blindly follow that shit and listen to you. If it don't feel right, I'm all about how it feels on the inside. If it don't, I don't care if it's music, whatever. I don't care. The industry, if it don't feel right, I'm gonna dissect it and break that shit down and disintegrate that bitch until it makes sense. And a lot of people don't like that because they want me to see the surface.
Gay men blame y'all for easily getting some of the niggas that we be wrong. Do you think that's the cause of the vibe?
Well, let me also say this. Do you know that there are also DL closeted trans women who are gay men? And they're mad because at some of us, because we're, yes, there are, yes, it's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep. There are gay men who are gay men and they want to transition, but they feel they don't have the strength. Yes, gay men who are actually trans women. Some of these gay men are not gay, they're actually trans.
Yeah.
They don't have the strength to fully transition, so they're shading trans women.
One with the high-pitched voices and all that? Yeah, those.
So it's in our own community. I did not know that this existed until I actually came into this shit and I started seeing how multifaceted this issue was. This issue was a multi-layered issue. It's not just between us and Black women. There are some gay men who are trapped too, and they don't know where the fuck to go or how to start. They transition, so they mad when they really are girls.
Okay.
I'm trying
because
to
they
tell
had
you,
every fuck party on their knees, sucking that thing. They are out there, honey.
They are girls. They trans. I've had one to even tell him, I ain't gonna call his name, but I know one for a fact who was very well known as a gay rapper. I'm not gonna say who it is because that I'm not gonna do that. I'm not here to tear them down. But once he got out of prison, he felt the need to try to keep misgendering me. And I'm like, what the fuck is? Well, I know you as did you do. I knew you as who you was before. I didn't got out of jail, and now you didn't got a blue check and a verification and all this other stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? Why you coming at me like I'm talking, like I'm downing you or something? I welcomed you home from prison. Why the fuck your ass got locked up? Ain't got nothing to do with me because he was doing great with his music. Now I guess I don't know. Maybe he feel like he's not doing as great, but he was a gay rapper. Like I said, he was over all the gay blogs, and I loved him as a gay artist. We got videos together and everything. Now all of a sudden you want to keep misgendering me. So I had to get down to the root cause. What the fuck is this about? Why are you so angry at me? What the fuck is going on? And I've always kind of felt like I was, a girl on the inside too. Right. And I said, oh, so that's why you upset at me. He was like, but if I transition, they probably ain't gonna, fuck with me like that. That's what he told me out his own mouth. So sometimes the hate ain't. It's a strength thing. Some people be mad because you got the strength to go ahead and do something that their family is not going to condone, or they feel like they still stuck in. They're closeted too.
Girl, can I give you a live story from
my deep?
That's in jail. At this point in time, he in prison. Girl, we didn't got to talking on the phone. Ain't gonna say his name, but he had come out to me. He looks like a guy. And once we started talking, he said that he wanted to get his body done. He wanted to transition. Yep. He feels like, a woman.
Right.
And, there were some experiences that he's had, and he wants to gobble and the rest. For his man. And, like you said, I'm all for him. I'm trying to be a support of him. I'm not really sure how far he's going to take it, but that's a real life story.
It's real.
Question. What do you feel about trans women who I have a friend that's a trans woman, and she I was like, girl, you out here. She's into sex work. And I'm like, girl, we just joked one time. I was like, girl, you got that dick ain't using it. She said, bitch, no, I use my piece. I'm like, girl, what? And she's very feminine, very, very feminine. Very, she's borderline untalkable. Like, it's like, you got to really pay attention. And so she was like, she does not make money unless she's fucking, unless she's using her penis. What is this fixation on trans women that Or what do you think about trans women who, like, maybe like T.S. Madison?
Have you seen polls?
Fucking this nigga.
Listen, have you seen polls where when Dominique chopped hers off and her client left?
They want that thick girl.
That's the situation. That's what it is.
What do you think about trans women? But does that not go against kind of like what it is that?
But like Sunky was saying, that's what makes us trans. That's what makes us unique.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I strongly agree because all trans women
you're
don't
not
want
trans.
a vagina.
I feel like you're not trans if you didn't transition and got your SRS. Like you, okay, now you a woman. You and I we really don't have anything in common because you didn't snips what we had in common. And so now you're over here with the cisgender women.
Do you look down on trans top?
I don't look down.
Baby,
I try to look down nobody. Right.
Okay.
Because I understand too that some of us have become accustomed to the piece that we were born with. It's a part of who we are. You know, it can't. That's why I said I don't deny it, baby. I know when I was born. I just don't identify as that. So the only pleasure I can get is if I masturbate or whatever the case may be.
But listen, let's peep this. I want to dispel a rumor. Women be saying, "Oh, you want what I got." No, baby. If you knew what I had, you'll want what I got. Okay, because we after the same thing. You know.
And then for the people saying that, you know, oh well,
mine is real.
You know, well, you can handle. Y'all can get these cramps, you know, that we have and all this other stuff. I don't want all that. Because there are some women who don't even have cramps. There's some women who don't even have periods. Some women don't even have some of the things y'all are saying that validates you as a biological woman. Pussy makes you a female.
Okay.
Woman is a construct. Let's get it. So you can learn, since some of y'all don't understand. Because like I said, I'm not here to take nothing away. But a woman is a construct. A pussy makes you female. So there are some women who don't even have they ain't even fucking women.
Somebody said, take my bad ass kids and go on too.
I saw that.
Come on.
Okay, them kids bad, girl. So there y'all have it. Well, listen, let me say.
Listen, I have a question that I want to answer. They said, can we birth children? No, but we can help partake in the creation. Boom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And some of the kids, y'all disowning because they trans and they gay. So does that make you a mother? Hell nah. You have failed as a fucking, that's when you fail, when you disown them. You have not failed just because you had a trans or LGBT child. You only fail when you choose not to nurture them and give them that love that they deserve as a fucking child. No matter how old they are, that's your fucking child that came out of you. How the fuck could you disconnect from something that came out of you? Oh, because the Bible said it's wrong?
And they need more love than.
But then we go out there looking for love in all the wrong places. Then we end up with HIV. And then it's like, well, then some people say, well, that's your choice. Yes, it was our choice. But just like women go looking for love in the wrong places, they end up pregnant or with an STD. Trans women are the highest people who have the highest rate of HIV because of what I'm talking about. They resort to have to go through sex work because they're being put out early. Some of us, I know for me, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And the one night stand I had when he gave me HIV, I knew that nigga wasn't mine. I knew he wasn't open, but it felt good to be in his presence because I felt like that love that I needed for that moment. That moment. And I knew I was out of my mind because I never was really having sex like that without having, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I went 4 rounds with this guy. And my doctor told me whatever happened, it must have just happened. Because whoever the last person you was with, you was okay before you came in. Now you're positive. Whoever that last person you was with, that's who you got it from. So I don't have anything to hide. I don't give a fuck who try to bash me, who want to try to make this thing a personal fight. This is not me. I'm speaking for so many people out there right now. Baby, at the end of the day, the facts are going to be the facts. All it takes is love. And like I said, the Black community don't really know nothing about it. They don't know nothing about respect either. They want to dominate. They want to control.
But listen, they sit up here and give Uncle Ray Ray a fucking party for coming out of jail because he didn't rape somebody. Come on, let's talk about it. And Uncle Ray Ray can still come to the house. Uncle Ray Ray still can lay up in that house. Uncle Ray Ray ain't gonna get put out. They are going to protect Uncle Ray Ray. They're gonna put money on his books. Let's talk about it, Black people.
Especially in the I don't understand, like in the Black community, baby, we got a lot of work to do. Like I said, since somebody said I want to make this personal, no, I'm making it personal with the Black community because it's the Black community who in the uproar. I don't see white people out there talking about what we're talking about right now. The majority of them, they ain't talking about it.
They love theirs.
No matter what they want to be.
So that's what I'm right.
Okay.
So let's talk about why is it like that only in the Black community? That's like I want to get down to the root cause, and like I said, a lot of people don't want to hear, but the root of this shit, a lot of it is religion.
It is.
That's why I'm not Christian. I'm spiritual as hell. I'm not Christian though, but I'm very tapped into Creator, whatever you want to call it. I don't believe in their version of God because how I was raised in the Bible, how they forced that shit and used that shit as a weapon, and it traumatized the fuck out of me. And now I have religious trauma syndrome, having to live with that. Do you not know that my psychological and my mental, the only mental illness that I have had was from religion? If y'all want to talk about mental illness, that's the shake it when I tell you, baby. That's the only mental illness that I have had, resorting from the trauma that they have caused me, telling my young little child brain that I was going to go to hell and burn for eternity for being different, having nightmares at adulthood, waking up heart pounding, thinking I'm wrong for being who I am. Years later, I've gotten so much further now, but I'm just telling you my experience along my journey. And I know I ain't alone. I'm just the only one who really vocal about it using my platform. But there are not even just trans or gay people. There are people who have been traumatized by their religion. That alone is one topic alone that ain't even got nothing to do with LGBT.
Come on.
Every day. Do you know there have been people who have gone through the religious process, and after that it has fucked them up totally, like they can't function. People are having nightmares about the apocalypse and God coming back and all this other stuff.
Come on.
I've heard about it.
Look up religious trauma syndrome on YouTube and on Google, and then y'all tell them to come back and talk to me when they done. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all to do. Look up religious trauma syndrome on YouTube and Google when y'all get a chance, and y'all will see what I'm talking about. Because I can't make this shit up. I'm talking about people and they 56 and still can't shake off. Why you think? What's that man? What's that man name? Tutti Frutti. What's his name?
Little Richard.
Why you think Little Richard, when he got older? Why you think when he got older, he tried to convert back? Because he felt like his time was up and he was finna to go to hell. Can't nobody tell me and convince me nothing different. But yet I know he lived a gay lifestyle because I know somebody who knew him personally, and I know we all know he was definitely in the community, okay? But he thought his time was up, so he had to he had to run back to Christianity to feel like he wasn't gonna go where they told him he was going to go. Also, I had a friend who also told me when he was here in Hollywood years ago, he would be passing out pamphlets with his music on one side, but then he would have scriptures on the other, because that shit be so ingrained in you when you think you start living with shame about who you are because that's what they told you, and they said that you was wrong. So when you grow up living wrong about who you are for so many years, it becomes a part of your own identity. That's why I said some people don't even know who the fuck they are yet, because they have been told who to be.
Come on.
If we never had a choice what to believe, how the fuck you know who the fuck you are? Since y'all want to talk about an identity crisis, half y'all don't even know who the fuck y'all are because y'all are following a belief system that was given to you. I'm not gonna follow no goddamn belief system that they use to enslave my motherfucking ancestors. I think the fuck not.
But okay, so
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
know
no.
You're fine.
Box. Okay.
You fine, but I would defend something real quick.
Okay.
You feel me? So God, the God we talk about, in the Old Testament, God enslaved his people, his chosen people, his beloved people, at least 5 times in the Old Testament. And he also would use that as a threat again. A lot of times with people, when God's chosen people got away from him, enslavement was a way for him to allow them to restrict them everything so they could find him again. That was their way. It happened. Of course, we know about the Egyptians and Moses, but the Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Romans in the New Testament, the God's chosen people were constantly being enslaved. So it seems kind of out there, but I think, and this is going to be something to dispute, but I mean, hey, I think that the God we serve, a lot of times, especially in our utmost vanity, and our thinking that we could do it ourselves and it doesn't matter, we'll strip everything about us. We could talk about even Job as a thing, where he allowed the devil to take everything from him. So as a people, when we were over there in Africa worshiping the wind and the sun and the grass and everything else, was us saying we don't need this one God no more. We don't need this dude no more. We got the sun and the Orishas and all this other stuff like
But
that.
that came from that
No,
came.
no, no. Let me say this.
That
But
came
let's-
from. That's what they stripped us. That's what they stripped us of.
Hold on,
But
sis. But
when
listen,
we was on
we
the
have
boat,
people over there in Africa
Hold on,
right now.
let him
but
talk.
when we were
We have people
when
over
we
there in
was-
Africa right now that's being held right now. Did y'all not see that article where they
And
was
we-
waiting on Jesus or Moses to come?
and when we was on the boats, hollering out to the wind spirits and to the Orishans and the grass and everything else, nobody came to save us. And when we had nothing else, we found what we were supposed to find. I think, so don't think, so people think that slavery was such a horrible institution, and there's no way in hell that people should enslave other people. We get that nowadays.
Right.
However, the God of the Old Testament was one that believed in it and believed that I have to take everything from them, including to save them, to make sure they come back to me, to make sure they find me, which is the purpose of this thing. I have to take everything from them. Because when we was on the boats crying out for all them other things that y'all was asking for, nothing came to help us. It wasn't nothing but a white man and a whip.
That's why I don't subscribe to that bullshit for me, because it ain't making sense. To me, that's narcissistic, and it's very controlling. Right. It's very narcissistic. Right. So why would I want to follow anything that's trying to enslave me in any way? To me, it sounds like somebody don't want you to have, they say lean not to your own understanding. So right now, what you're saying would be equivalent to what I'm talking about right this second. This is why they don't want me to think for myself. Somebody who don't want me to think for myself, who don't give me the free will to exist as in my own being, that's control. That's domination. Why would I want somebody, any entity, anything? But see, some people feel like, oh, well, you grand. How you gonna turn your back on something that created you? But baby, I'm not gonna subscribe to anything that I feel like has created me to send me to hell because you're telling me I'm deviating from your quote unquote plan of how I'm supposed to be living my life.
That's religion. And I think you're right when it comes to stuff about religion. Somebody telling you you're going to hell is obviously the most stupid.
Let's talk.
Ever. First of all, judge
pimps in the pulpit.
If they judging you, they're going to hell themselves. So somebody telling you you're going to hell is ignorant, and that's not religion, and that's not the God I serve. But the God I serve, though, he has talked about himself. He has talked about saying he's vengeful, he is jealous, he is sort of thing. I created you, I gave you everything, and I gave you something I didn't even give the angels, and I made them out of diamonds and stuff. I gave you free will, so you still have the choice. And so when it comes to things of the worldly, I think the purpose is, and when we talk about things like that, so I'm not saying the religious aspect of what they're trying to force on us is horrendous. Them trying to interpret this and stuff like that, nowhere is the word homosexual in the New Testament, trans or anything like that. That's nowhere in the New Testament. There's only two commandments. Right. Love your neighbor and love God. That was the only thing that he said. When he commanded you to love. That was what it was. And so when people try to use the Bible to say, oh, you're going to hell because of this, you're going to hell because of that. No, you're going to hell because you think you God right now. And that's blasphemy if you ask me. But nonetheless, that's, you can be judged on your deeds. God knows who you is. He did that. He made both of you. He made everybody. He made everything. God did make Adam and Eve and Steve and everybody else.
Yes.
Can I tell you what God
did? And I respect.
Can I just step in and say what God did for me? I gotta say what God has done for me. I was out there and I was on drugs. This was about in 2012. How I even got hooked on it. My mother's best friend got me hooked on it. 2012, I had an overdose and I just tried to end it. I was just tired. I was tired of my family treating me how they was doing me, and I was fed up. And so I had the overdose, went to the hospital, came out, and I want to fast forward. After that happened, I started getting opportunities. I walked in a fashion show, got to meet Tiana Taylor and some more stuff. And to fast forward now, I'm married. I'm clean of drugs. I'm a homeowner. I have livestock. I have a business. So even in my circumstance, I praise God. And no matter what people said about him, I knew the prayers that I was praying and the relationship that we had, he was hearing me out. So it didn't matter who who didn't care or who, what was going on. But I have to go through this journey on my own so I can have a testimony to share with other people that are lost out there. You know, those were my lost times. And so I'm thankful for those times. And it's my testimony to share. So never give up, never give in, and just know that God is a God of love. And no matter what people say, you just gotta do what's best for you. Do what's best in your heart, and you have your own relationship.
Yeah.
Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
I think that when it comes to these people that try to use religion to dictate a narrative to how people should live their life, it's very much misguided, right? The pastors, the deacons that try to use God's word to do their bidding, I think are very much misguided people. I think they're false prophets. I think I have such a disdain for them.
Pimps in the pulpits.
However, I don't allow the man or the people or even the institution to turn me away from what I feel to be the truth about that. Now, I believe this is what I believe, and this is just from what I understand in the word, and this is to me. So when it comes down to it, when it comes to sexuality, gender identity, and those things, I think that. And it's opinionated now, in my interpretation, whatever y'all say about it, this is what it is. I believe that I do believe that sexual immorality is what the word says. It says that sexual immorality was translated there, and it's kind of almost one of those clear-cut Bible translations. And it talks about sexual immorality. And sexual immorality constitutes a number of things. It can constitute masturbation. It can constitute fornication. It can constitute lusting. It can constitute any type of sex that's out the confines of a marriage can be considered sexual immorality. Okay? Understand that. So technically, if we want to get into it, any woman that if you got a baby daddy and don't got a husband, or you got if you've been fucking since you was 13, 14, whatever, anything that's outside the constitutions of the institute of marriage could be sexual immorality.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that includes homosexuality. So with that being said, I'm probably the first homosexual that you ever gonna hear say, I don't know, maybe some other thing, that I agree that homosexuality in the act itself can be considered a sin because it's sex outside of the confines of marriage. Now, it's sexual activity outside of the confines of marriage. So it would constitute sexual marriage and be a sin. However, this is the next part about that. We all fall short. Nobody is perfect. Nobody gonna be perfect. If you think for 2 seconds that woman who had that baby before she was married to that nigga is going to hell because she had that baby before that baby, you're insane. There's a spot in heaven for her because God said that I'm going to not forgive just the sins that have been done, the sins you're doing now, but the sins you're going to do tomorrow. I got all of them covered. That's the whole reason of the sacrifice. That's what it is. So if the sin of, because technically, if she never get married, isn't she not living in sin? She got a baby forever. That never stops. So how, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is that when you acknowledge that God is here and his word says that I'm sending the perfect sacrifice because y'all ain't gonna get it. Y'all ain't got enough cows and sheep and lamb to sacrifice. I'm gonna go ahead and send something for the sins of the wicked world. If they say he paid it all, not some, not part, not a little bit, not 2 or 3 things, not just this. Sin A and sin B3, I'm gonna take care of, but sin C4 and C9, I'm gonna take. I can't fuck with that. No. If he says I'm gonna take it all, I'm gonna pay it all, that means all. That doesn't mean some. That doesn't mean a few. That means a little bit. That doesn't mean a little bit. That means everything. So if I have to acknowledge first that if his word talks about sexual immorality, and sexual immorality is considered sex outside of marriage, I have to agree and look at myself and acknowledge that homosexuality in the act, not just being a homosexual, I'm talking about the sex act can be considered a sin. And if that's the case, I also have to believe the path of redemption is belief in the forgiveness of that sin. And so that's the whole part that people missing when it comes to religion. They want to abandon your this is a sin, that's a sin, this is a sin, and homosexuality is a sin because we can see it, we're looking at it. And but we're not talking about these other sins that we can't see. When he going home and he's looking at Nicki Minaj and jacking off or whatever the case may be, that's a sin. Apparently, what it's saying.
Right.
And he looking at, that's a fine ass bitch right there. Look at that big booty.
Right.
Oh, that's a sin. That's a sin. We don't want to. Them we can't see. Or those thoughts we can't see, so we don't want to talk about them. But those are sins too. But guess what? If those
Come
sins
on.
can be forgiven, so can be. So has to be. If God is popping up to forgive all those sins and death and murder and everything else can be forgiven.
Come on.
This is what the word said. Then the path of redemption has to also include a path for homosexuality as well. And that's what they don't want to teach you in church. Because yes, this may be a sin. You're right. This could be considered a sin. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not married, so I'm having sex with whoever out of wedlock. So therefore, I'm technically by the definition sinning. But the God I serve, goddamn it, said one thing. He said, I didn't come to take care of some. I came to take care of all. I'm not here to save a few. When Jesus came, he did not come. He went to the word. Talk about this now. The church folk at the time was the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Let's talk about it. That's who the church folk was at the time.
Come on.
So of the time, the Pharisees and the Sadducees was the good. These got it together. You got to we in church. That was the good church going folk. He went to the temple, saw what they was doing, and kicked everything over in the temple. Y'all do it. Y'all don't even have a clue. And he left the temple and he went to go hang with the prostitutes. This is what he did. This is what Jesus did. Not me. I didn't go read your Bible. He went to go hang with prostitutes. He went to go hang with tax collectors, who were the scammers at the time. They say Caesar want 50, take 25, put it in their pocket, and he give Caesar the other 10. And that's what he was hanging with the thieves. That's who was the Thomas and all them people was. There was thieves, there was prostitutes, there was tax collectors, which were scammers. This is who he was hanging with. So if you come to he's not going to church because 9 times out of 10 y'all got it fucked up. He was going, if he come today, he going to the prisons, he going to the strip clubs, to the people who need him. What the fuck I'm coming here for y'all for? When he went to the temple, he saw these so-called church people say, this is the word, we need 3 cows, 2 lambs, and a grape or something. And he was like, y'all bitches ain't got a motherfucking clue and kicked everything in the temple over.
Preach.
Right.
Preach. Amen. Can we get a round of applause? Put your cash app up.
Somebody bringing up Sodom and Gomorrah. But see, that's why I honestly, respectfully, don't subscribe to Christianity at all for me, because a lot of it don't make sense. It's a lot of contradiction in that Bible, and I can't follow something that's going one direction, then turn right back around and go the other. And it keep doing it all up and through the Bible. That's just me. You know, so for me,
because people are picking things and choosing.
Oh, I know that.
Bring
much.
them.
I know that.
So,
I know what you're saying. It's gonna always be a pick and choose, and people gonna always cherry pick. And I know the Bible. I was raised in it. I told you that's what traumatized me. I didn't have no other choice. It was shoved down my throat. I didn't have no other choice. So my reason for
before y'all go
ahead.
Gomorrah, okay, just Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's talk about it real quick. Just make it real quick. Sodom and Gomorrah. The thing we want to focus on is the homosexuality, because the people say, look, sin is your son. Yes, there was homosexuality going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, but there was also prostitution. There was also gambling. There was also thievery. There's all y'all talking about. Fuck all the rest of that. Who's to say which one he was picking out of all of them and say whatever? We want to focus on it because there was some punk shit going on in Sodom. Gomorrah was more like a gang.
It's the punk shit for me.
Come on.
Them niggas said, fuck that way your son is at. I want to fuck them.
Come on, Daddy. Tell us.
There was some faggot shit going on. But there's a lot of other shit going on in the company there. It was a whole bunch of shit. And we're going to ignore the rest of that shit.
Come on.
People wasn't making a sacrifice. They wasn't honoring a Sabbath day. It was a lot of shit going
on.
Know what y'all talking about before you just talk about it. It was not just.
Come on.
There's a punk shit. Okay, cool.
Come on.
You got me so tickled that punk shit. You got me so tickled. I'm so tickled.
I'm not gonna miss the word and stuff like that. It was doing a lot of shit.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Know everything. You want to focus on this one thing. Leviticus says man should not lay with man, but Leviticus also says you're not supposed to eat anything out the fucking sea that don't have
shellfish.
Come on.
Shellfish.
Any piece of
crab leg.
Crab. Any lobster that you ever ate.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Mixing fabric. Mixing fabric.
Polyester.
Come on. Come on. Can we get a praise break right quick?
Imitation.
Come on.
Imitation.
You preaching.
Fuji. That's
come on.
Fashion over that's the 39 different synthetic ass fabric.
You better come through.
Let's be real about it. That's what
Let's be real.
Yeah.
God do not want to send nobody to hell. The church is lying if he told you that. God came and he saw that we wasn't, he knew us better than we knew ourselves sometimes. He knew we wasn't gonna get it. He knew
Come
we was
on.
gonna be fucked up. He knew we was
Come
gonna
on.
keep fucking up. He said, I done drowned y'all. I done brought y'all, I done put y'all in bondage in Egypt. I done killed
Come
all the
on.
firstborn sons to make my prayer, and you bitches
Come
still
on.
keep fucking up.
So
I
then, if
love
that's the
David, but
case,
this month,
if that's the case, why is there so many people in this comment section and in general trying to play their God or what it is that they're trying to do? They're trying to tell somebody else how to feel, who to be, but isn't that supposed to be their God's job? Right? Why is there
Come
so many
on.
people who are supposed to be
Come
who
on.
follow Jesus, but they're not
Judge
showing
me
the
not.
example of that? Why are they
Come
not showing
on.
the example of unconditional love? If he went in there and turned over chairs and was with the prostitutes, why are they coming for us like Satan
Come
himself,
on.
if you ask me? Why are they so concerned
Come
with who
on.
the fuck we are as people?
Come on.
Why are they casting us out? Even if they don't understand, even if they don't agree, why are they not exuding the example of the person, the same thing that they're following?
Love. He was
Because
about
it's hate
love.
at the end of the day. All these people up in here, Nika and all these people in the comment section up there who consistently comes back around trying to say the same goddamn thing, it's still coming out very hateful, very dismissive. You're not God. You're not Jesus, right? So what gives you the right to try to comfort people that you don't understand? Isn't that supposed to be the God or the Jesus that you know? Ain't that his job?
Yeah. God knows everything. Somebody said God knows everything we're going to do before we do it.
and
Hello?
those people are those people that's regurgitating what they done heard some pastor say here or there, or pastor say, girl, you and them fucking chickens, girl. Some pastor say here or there, and
Right, Marcel.
it's just really, really misguided. I think if you want to regurgitate anything that God said, is that He
It should
loves
be
you,
love, and that
He
should be
wants
the
to make,
end.
and I want to
Love.
make a path for you to get to me. I don't want to make a, I don't want to make a path to you. I'm not a God of exclusion. I'm a God of inclusion. Everything that Jesus talked about was of inclusion. It was not exclusion. When he went kick the temple over, he said, why y'all not talking to the people that need y'all? The people that y'all, when he said, come as you are, he was saying, come on, I like you, how you fucked up. I need you over here. You
Right.
alcoholic, drug addict, come on, I fuck with that.
But
I'm the
oftentimes
God of inclusion.
they outcast. The LGBT is supposed to be the worst of the worst. You can be a drug dealer, like she even said, it could be a molester in the family. But then time you turn out to be trans or gay, that's the all end all be all. They're gonna drag us for life for being
But
different. And that's what I don't understand.
clear. Let's be clear. And when that uncle gets out, they are going to have him a party.
Absolutely.
They are going to throw him a welcome
They're gonna let
home
him back in the
party.
family. They're gonna let him back in. My granddaddy told me he was a preacher at my church. He said, you can't come to church with hair in my head, in your head. And I'm like, but yet you got people in there doing drugs and all type of shit, but I can't come to church because I got hair in my head? What type of shit is that?
That's not what the word said. The word said you're supposed to come now. If you do, because you got hair, you can come on.
Baby, he saw my hair hanging like Jesus. He said, hell no, not in my church. You ain't coming to church with hair in your head over here. And at the time I was staying with him, I didn't have nowhere to stay. So I didn't what was I gonna do? He was forcing me to come to church. I had no other choice. But that's how it is in the South.
Yeah. And I've even had an experience where I was staying with this lady and she was a pastor and took me to a revival. And girl, I did not know that I was the punchline to their sermon. Girl, they took my wig off. They totally did that in front of that whole congregation. And that right there, it made me feel a way. But I said, you know what? I knew that there were false prophets out there, and I know that there are pimps in the pulpit. And I just, after that situation, I'm not gonna lie. Her name was Michelle McCullum, I believe. She was from South Carolina, and her man, I think he had just gotten out of jail, and it was one day she wasn't home, and he had it with me. Yeah, I truly gave it up to him because she made me feel a way. He heard about what happened and he felt the way and he wanted to encourage me to continue to be me. So we had it out of her bed. And I'm not mad about it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely feel like this place is definitely hell. If you ask me, and if you ask me, hell is other people. So that's why I ain't gonna let nobody. I'm not gonna give nobody or anything any authority over who I feel like I am because I govern my own body. I feel like we all should. You can't nobody tell nobody how the next person's supposed to identify on this side. They have not experienced that. So I think what a lot of people need to do is try to, like I said, research and try to understand and stop being so goddamn disrespectful, trying to disrespect somebody else's experience. Because I'm not here to invalidate a biological woman. I feel like I don't have that type of authority. I'm not that I ain't on that type of time. I love and will continue to try to empower all of us, not just women, but men, whoever. I'm here to empower. I ain't here to do nothing else but that. Nothing.
Well, I do. Okay, so look,
Yeah, I believe that woman, she just got her instant karma. And I just felt like, the way that she had did me and she tried to change who I was. And God said, you're not going to do that.
You made sure she got her cold. Okay, so look,
I threw them legs to the bone.
don't feel it. I am
Hell nah.
I do have to go. But I do appreciate y'all too for coming and Queen of Tulsa, Sunky Angel. I thank y'all so much for enlightening me about this issue. And
yes, thank you so much.
And definitely we gotta do this again sometime. This is actually
I honestly think it's something you should. Some people probably, it's both conflicting on both sides, but I think it's good to have the conversation to see how both sides feel. I think we need more of that. And like I said, I want you to repost this song because I think they need to hear it too. So that would be great if you would do that for me.
I definitely will, not without a problem. Thank you so much. Love you both. Y'all be good. Y'all need anything.
All right, guys. So you heard the discussion. That was a pop-up live. If you were here to hear it, we have Vicky. She says, "Happy Friday, Queen, and everyone. Hello and happy Friday if you're still here." Vicky says, "I'm driving, Queen, pulling out of parking lot. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much. You enjoy yours as well." Ebony M says, "Hello, everyone. Queen, love. Okay. Hello. That was a great engagement. I really appreciate it. Um, MC Shaky is a great friend and also a brother in the community, and also Sunky Angel. So we definitely have to get them on the show so we can have another engagement, a public engagement. I actually interviewed MC Shaky before. Yeah. And so I am a supporter of his products. And yeah, Sunky Angel, she's an artist, a very talented young woman. Here, let me go to her page. I'm actually going to share this because we are going to have her on the show soon. She's such a busy woman. And, you know, okay. So my phone was still on. Okay. So, did I share it? Okay. So, yeah, this was a great conversation between all of us. And, I expressed some things that, that were just genuine. And okay, so that's what it's about, right? Okay. All right, DJ, we're gonna have to yeah. Okay, thank you so much. We have um you know, our producers in the back, Ebony's back there, sending us the bomb sounds. Because I said, drop a bomb when I say something real. You know what I mean? Okay, there we go. That was better. Come on, producers. So yes, guys. So let's go ahead and get on over to it. So get on over to the subject. Okay, so our subject at hand is Miss Sunky Angel, honey. Yes, this is her profile. Oh, why am I not following her? She had another I don't know why. Oh, this is a new page. Okay, I'm on Goddess Tulsa Radio. Okay, so Darn it. Okay. So I gotta definitely do make sure I'm doing my due diligence. Sunky Angel, her pronouns are her and she. She's an artist. Home of artist Sunky Angel. Okay, this is her management. You can click on them. Let's go ahead and follow them. So if he Bruce Automatic. All right. He's a producer. Oh, Grammy, Sony. Oh, Bruce Automatic Vanderveer. Sony music producer, Grammy nominated CEO of In Range Entertainment. Come on. Yes. Okay. Oh, he's a father. Oh, I love it. Oh, wow. Let's see. Happy birthday to my beautiful and amazing, talented daughter. Oh my God. He has beautiful children. Wow. How old is he? My daughter. Oh, wow. She got married. She said yes. She said yes. Happy birthday to my beautiful gifted daughter. Another daughter, child. Let me let me get okay. Let me get back over here to Sunky. Because shout out would go on a liking spree. Okay, so guys, let me get back here. Okay, so if you know Auntie Jackie, Auntie Jackie is I want to say her a personality, like her rap personality, because Sunky and Auntie Jackie is, she can be turned up, okay? In a good way. But her old page was at 112K and she had the blue check. And I don't know if you guys were listening earlier, but they had took her channel. They striked her Instagram page. You can't break my soul. Okay, so listen, this is what she wanted us to. Okay, I want to share it. Okay, she said that she posted it on her story. Let me see what's her story. Oh wow. Oh wow.
The ones who said you couldn't do it, I don't know who needs to hear this, but keep going because they're all watching. The ones who said you couldn't do it, the ones who know you can do it, the ones that want to know what you're doing, and the ones that want to stop you from doing it. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul.
Oh, if I'm stupid, I can't break myself. Period. Okay, so how do I share it? Okay, I want to share it. Okay, so I guess I have to share it independently. We're gonna share it to everybody. Yes, come on, the Wendy Experience podcast. Yes. Shout out to Wendy. We're gonna send that to Wendy. Oh my goodness. But make sure you guys follow my sister on her page. Let's get her back up to 120. Well, shoot. Let's do 200K, you know? Let's double up. I really appreciate everybody that supports the queen, the goddess, You know, um, we got so much support today on MC Shaky's live. Yes, we got some support from there. I love these ladies. I love I love the engagement. I love, I loved everything about it. And so now I have to start going live on my main page on Instagram and start directing the people to our podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people out there that want to be educated, and it makes me so excited. It's like, oh my God, like I'm really doing something in the community. Like we're really out here touching the community. Hey Sonia, come here. I'm glad you came in. You're an on time. Come on. He's an on time God. Oh yes, he is. Oh, on time God. Oh yes, he is. It may not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. Hello, my love. Hello. Hey, Bambi. Bambi is like, hi. Oh, I'm on the phone with mom. Hey, mama, how are you? I hope all is well. Sending positive vibes. I was on, it was MC Shaky, Sunky Angel. We were all on live and we were having a conversation. And the conversation got really, really, really deep. So if you're just now checking in, definitely watch this live over. And, a lot of questions that you may have could possibly be answered. Um, but yeah, it was a great engagement. I enjoyed it. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. What you want? What do you want? When she comes over here, when Bambi comes over here, honey, she wants something, child. She either wants to go outside or she wants a TREAT. Sonia said, I heard all of it. How did you like it? Did you like the conversation? Did you like the engagement? Was it like informative? Hey, hey, mama. Oh, she knows that there's food outside. It was okay. It was okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that I'm glad that the conversation was had. A lot of people don't really have those type of conversations. Oh, baby, you getting so big. You getting so big. You gotta stop growing. You gotta stop growing. Girl, it seems like every day she's like getting bigger. You getting bigger. You getting bigger. MC Shaky, the one who got caught with the underage girl. I didn't know that. Oh no, hold on. Hold on. Um, No, he was what his situation was. Oh, hold on. No, he was caught with he was for fraud. Yeah, he was in there for fraud. No, he has YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. No, I think you no, he that was for fraud, identity theft. When he was working for this company and he was pretty much transferring money. And so yeah, I think he transferred like over $200,000. Yeah. Yeah, he still has his YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. He has 75,000 subscribers. Y'all. Yo, I think you're talking about I don't know who you could be talking about. Yeah, but I never heard a story like that. I just knew of like the fraud and he's already been open and he's talked about it. Hmm. Okay, well, let's see. Mm, wrong one, I guess. Yeah. It's okay. Cause I was like, hold on, let me just do my research right quick. I was because I never heard a story and it was like, okay, well, did I miss something? But no, it wasn't him. I'm trying to figure out no, when you say that, I just think of Kalen Walker. And he was on YouTube and on some little press conferences. That was the guy that had recently got charged. So that's why we haven't seen him on. And I believe they took his YouTube. I mean his Instagram and his YouTube. Because the rapper Kalani had come out and you know, gave a statement and then really got traction to the story. So that's how it blew up. And I think MC Shaky had interviewed him. Yeah, but that dude, he's in jail now. Yo, but listen, guys, I just wanted to come through. Not really sure if we're gonna go live tonight, but if we do go live, drop in the comments whenever the video is over. Drop in the comments what you want to talk about tonight. And at 9 o'clock, we will, or it was another big man child. I'm mixing people up. But no, listen, let's research and see who that was and let's bring awareness, how did that come about? What are the precautions that we should inform people about when engaging? Mhm. Yeah. No, I don't think anything is a mistake, Sonya. That's something to talk about. Absolutely. Okay. Thursday, July 28th from 6 to 7:30. Okay. We're going to a mixer, guys, at the end of the month. For our monthly mixer, this is a great opportunity to network with local business owners and see what has to offer. Is a comprehensive investment advisory firm dedicated to making a positive financial difference for families and individuals. We do that by listening to clients' goals for the future, developing a customized financial plan to follow, and monitoring and adjusting that plan as life changes occur. Our advisors are independent, not affiliated with a particular investment firm, so we offer a wide range of investments and strategies that can help you pursue financial independence. The Quality Business Alliance exists to strengthen LGBTQ plus welcoming businesses in the Tulsa community by providing a directory of LGBT welcoming business in Tulsa. Oh yes, I need to be there, and I need to get some benefit. She's gonna join us. Benefits of membership. Members listening to close for email days, events, invitation networking. Okay, marketing. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. It's like it can help. Um, it can help business. Oh, so I'm gonna get out here and network and then come back and teach y'all. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna find it and send it to you. And she said his name is Edie. Okay, let me see. Let me. Um, oh, he's a musical artist. Dion Scott Wilson Eason, born as Bryant Terman Emerson Moreland on December 15th, 1990. Better known online as EDP445 for short. Oh, child. Yes, girl. We got to get into that. We have got to get into this. Sonya, when we're Sonya, hit me up on the hit me in the on the group chat. Call me up, baby. We gotta talk. All right, guys, we come to the end of our show. And speaking of Sonya, make sure you're following her channel, SonyaMabeyA. That's on all platforms, even here on YouTube, StreamYard. I'm at YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. And actually, you can follow me here on YouTube. Follow me on Goddess Tulsa Radio, on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, and on Spreaker.com. If you would like to donate, the Cash App is $beautiful070707. And if you want to contribute another way, which is PayPal, you can do that by keeping up with Yo Queen. So that's keeping up with YOQUEEN. And then if you want to Zelle me, Queen Tulsa, Oklahoma at gmail.com. All right. So, okay. Actually, I need to look, let me put this in my notes before I end this. Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely have to get in and dissect this because we have to bring awareness. Wait. Okay. All right. So I got you locked in. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the Goddess Tulsa show. We are up out of here, child. Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Goddess Tulsa After Dark. This is where you let your hair down.